Alright everybody, in this video I want to share with you guys how to create both catchy and dark sounding beats all from scratch in FL Studio. I'm going to show you guys everything from the melody to the drums in a step-by-step process just so you guys can learn as much as possible in a short period of time. So let's not waste any more of it, let's just jump straight in. Alright, so we are now here in FL Studio 21. First things first, we need to pick a BPM. In this case, since we are going more for that dark trap type of sound, you can pick something in between 120 and 165. So I want a little bit of a slower one for this one. So let's pick something like 130. Now for our first sound, I highly recommend going for something gritty and dark sounding. In this case, I'm just using this preset over here in Mellotron 5. And then we're going to open up the piano roll, and we're also going to be working in the C minor scale. Once we have both the scale and the piano roll open, we want to start laying down our pattern. Now usually when you make a melody, you would have a lot of different chords and a few filler notes here and there. But in this case, we're just going to make a super simple pattern in this 1 bar increment right here. So we're going to try to lay down 4 simple notes in a repetitive pattern. So let's start off with the root note, which is C. Let's just drag this out and copy one down on this G sharp. Then again, I'm going to skip this highlighted note over here and pick one down here on the F. To finish it off, I'm just going to lay down one more on this G4. So you can kind of just have that repeat. Now I don't want it to be the same exact pattern throughout the whole thing. So what I'm actually going to do is on this second bar over here, I'm just going to do a slight little change with these 2 notes. And that is just to pitch them up by 1 semitone. Yeah, just that little bit of difference right there. Alright, so that is literally going to be our first pattern. Now it's obviously not going to sound exactly like this, since we actually want to add some effects to amplify the sound a little bit. First things first, we're going to add a kickstart too to get that pulsing type of sound. Just turn the mix down a little bit. Then we also want to add a roam, just to give it some more reverb. Add some RC20 as well. Get some more of that detune. Add a halftime to switch it up a bit as well. Alright, so we just put on 4 pretty simple and standard effects. Now here really comes the sauce to switch up the whole thing. So I'm actually going to add Portal to this, and I'm going to go over to the presets and pick some of the presets from my Mirage multi-kit. So let us actually just try this first one. Maybe this. Yeah, that's fire. I'm gonna pick this second preset right there. Alright, so that is pretty much it for the first pattern. The next thing we want to do is obviously add a layer to this first pattern, just so we can fill out the whole sample a little bit. So to add that layer, I'm just going to open up a simple keyboard in Keyscape right here. Then we also want to make sure that we don't overcomplicate this. So we want to keep things simple and repetitive. That means that we're just going to make a simple C minor chord. Then all we're going to do is just copy that over, and we can pitch down this one down by 1 semitone. If you are using these half steps, meaning notes that are right next to each other inside of the scale, you are really going to create a lot of tension in your sample. So let us just invert these 2 up by 1 octave, and then we can copy the whole thing over. Yeah, so we have a cool layer right there. We just layer the pianos with the same effects we have from the first sound. Let's go in and add a bass. As for the bass, I'm just going to pick this stash sub bass I have in my drum kit. And we can pretty much just follow the root note. Okay, so now we have more of that low end as well. Now let's go in and add a counter melody. So for this one, I'm just going to open up Mallet Flux in Contact. I'm just going to switch out the preset to the Celesta, and we can play around between the soft long and the reverse right here. For the counter melody, again, try to focus on these half steps that are right next to each other. Again, just a repetitive pattern. Let us also try to add some vocal one-shots. So I'm just going to open up Arcade using Hooked right here, but I'm going to make sure to just add some small notes and don't have the whole phrase playing. That means instead of having the long note played like this, we are just going to shorten it a little bit so we can have the vocal play almost as a one-shot. Just copy that over. Make sure to add a lot of reverb on those vocals. We also want to tuck out the sound as well. So to do that, we're just adding a lot of EQ. Make sure to pan the sound a little bit from left to right as well. Spreads it out. Alright, the last thing I added was just some strings I found in Splice. Pretty much some simple stabs to finish off the sample. Now that we have the sample finished, let's quickly add some drums. As for all the drum sounds I'm using, they are of course coming from my Mirage multi-kit. Like most of you already know, the kit has 6 different kits all in one bundle. So if you guys like any of the drum sounds you hear in this video, you can obviously check out the kit by going on my website. It is BBMarko.com, or you guys can just click the first link down below. Just starting off with a simple clap pattern. We might layer it with a snare though. Yeah, let's try to layer it so it hits extra hard. Next are the hi-hats. Just gonna try to add some simple rolls. You also want to make sure to lower some of the notes as well, just to create a cool bounce to it. Let's try to add some more bounce with the snares. And now we're getting a crazy bounce. Let's see if we have some fun perks. Yeah, that's kind of cool. Let's try to add a snare roll at the end as well. Maybe something like this. I think this is a bit better. Alright, now it's time for the kick and the 808. Yeah, this first 808 hits hard. I'm even gonna go in over here and boost it a little bit, just so it's extra punchy. Let's try this. Ooh, that's hard. We need to finish this off. I'm actually gonna put one right here, and then I'm just gonna chop this one up and have a reverse 808 roll. Just fade it up like this. That's hard. Now with the kick, we're literally just going to drag in a simple one, and then all we're going to do is just layer the kick with the 808. And here we have the full beat. So pretty much all the elements in the intro.
Shut up, Marko.
Bring in the bass. Then it just drops in right here. Oh, that's hard. Reverse 808. Crazy pattern. Then we come into the second part of the hook. Bring back the stabs. Such a crazy vibe. Super hard. Then we slow it down a bit for the verse right here. Sub bass and the kick. Goes back into a busy part right here. Yeah, that is crazy. Love how hard the 808 is. A bit of a bridge, pretty much the same as the intro. It slowly builds back up to the hook again.